Ruto can be beaten in 2027. Wacha mambo ya kina Sudi. Havana, you can be beaten as Ruto and you go home. You do a little farming for 3 years. Increase your chicken because he's one of the leading chicken producers in the country. Trying to rival Olusegun Obasanjo of Nigeria. Being president has meant the production meenda chini. Step it up.
Step it up.
I'm saying, endelea vizuri. Come back in 2032. You are young and beat these people. This election will be one of the most peaceful elections. So NCC, whatever they call them. Wachana na Gachagua. Wachana na Gachagua, wachana nyumbani. This election will be the most peaceful election.
Great to see you. Hello there and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Gerald Kabra. I'm so glad that you've joined us once again for our political conversations here that we hope will help our leaders in making better political and policy decisions for the sake of this country. I'm here with Prof. Manyora. Great to see you. How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission has summoned one Rigathi Gachagua, saying if IEBC misses 2027 polls, 2007 will look just like a Christmas party. You know, things are going to get horrible. But Gachagua says it's his duty to warn this country. But these remarks, should these remarks be called out as NCIC is doing?
Well, you know, sometimes English is a difficult thing, language. Or any language for that matter. What I heard is not what I'm hearing people say. Yeah. Me, I heard Gachagua say, IEBC, this is your country. Make sure you do the elections well. Because if we don't do these elections well, 2007 will be like a picnic. That's what I heard. So that is, I would say the same. I've also said it.
But NCIC is saying, look, you're playing with the emotions and the victims of those who lost
Just
their
how can you,
ones.
let me ask you, this, what do you call them?
NCIC.
We have money to waste. Why do we pay such a people? Let me ask you, you don't need to be a lawyer. How can you prosecute a thing like that in court? How can you prosecute it? If Manyora says, let's be careful, because if you are not careful, 2007 will look like Sunday school. How can you prosecute me? You can persecute me, but you cannot prosecute me. Yes. So if they want to persecute Gachagua, let them go ahead.
And this is what Murkomen is saying. They can actually, there are avenues of law, not just persecution, but actually prosecution.
That's why I'm asking. Murkomen is a lawyer. How would you take such a person to court for just saying that, look here, run the elections well? If you don't, this country will be going on fire. How many people have said that? How many times have I said it myself? I know I'm not big, so if it comes from a big person, but how can you prosecute Gachagua in court?
Do you think things will be different in 2027? Do you think things will be different? Because, or is this just normal politics, as our leaders like to say?
2027 is a turning point in Kenya's history. Many people slip through a revolution. I advise you to go and look for the short story, small story, slipping through the revolution. You'll really laugh. When a revolution is happening, not many people know. This is a turning point. Those who understand that the country is changing and the world is changing will not have a problem. They'll just play the game, like Shakespeare says. You are on the stage, do your bit, exit. But those who don't know that times have changed and are changing, and for us as a country, this is a turning point, they'll be very disappointed. Extremely disappointed. And the history sometimes can be very harsh.
Why do you believe it's a turning point? Because this is how every election is termed, turning point. 2013, 2017, 2022. Why is 2027 for you a revolutionary election?
You know, either Kenyans will get it in 2027 or forever keep quiet. We have wanted to have a good election. 2002, we thought we had a good election, Kibaki went in. We thought Kibaki was a gentleman, and therefore 2007 will be a fair contest. He disappointed this country. We almost burnt the entire country. 1,300 killed or something like that, 500,000 displaced and so on and so forth. And then neighbors turning against neighbors. I looked at a guy we used to call Luke, Njoroge in Tarbo. He was with me in St. Kalumba's primer. So I was asking somebody, how would you face Luke and you want to deal with him because he's a Kikuyu? We grew up together and that happened. People turned against people they had lived with since they were kids. That was extremely bad. So we thought 2013 will be okay. ICC was hovering around and people really behaved well. But as we saw in the Maraga court, that election was not free and fair. Okay?
In the Willy Mutunga court, I believe, 2013.
Yeah, 2013.
Yes.
Everybody knows that. You may wish to say no. Even those who say no, tomorrow they will say yes. In 2017, we thought because everybody knew the court had abdicated its responsibility, the Maraga court will come firm on these electoral transgressions. All Maraga did was to nullify an election and then proceed to do absolutely nothing and look the other way as worse aggressions were committed on the people of Kenya, including a court not sitting to determine something which would have meant that election would not have gone, the repeat election, the way it went. A court didn't sit. Judges didn't come. When the petition was brought, on the same terms, after the repeat, Maraga now spoke from the other side of the mouth. So we went like that. In 2022, we thought for the first time, those who have been messing the elections, the so-called system, are now with the candidate who's a victor they have been robbing. So we said, okay, fine. Now that Raila is with Uhuru, hii kitu tumechukua Gine Wasekao.
Yeah.
Again, we all know what happened. We all saw what happened in the Supreme Court. So you are saying, going by that, there's nothing to expect. And many people think like that. There are those who think if Ruto beat people who had the system, the deep state, how much easier will it be for him now that he's the system, he's the president? I have bad news for them. Extremely bad news. The people of this country may not allow this monkey business to go on. And that's why I'm saying, those who can see what is happening will save themselves a lot of trouble. An election you can go in. You can lose and go home. But you are going as a gentleman. You can come back like Mahama. Ruto can be beaten in 2027. Wacha mambo ya kina Sudi. Havana, you can be beaten as Ruto and you go home. You do a little farming for 3 years. Increase your chicken because he's one of the leading chicken producers in the country. Trying to rival Olusegun Obasanjo of Nigeria. Being president has meant labda production meenda chini. Step it up.
Step it up.
I'm saying, endelea vizuri. Come back in 2032. You are young and beat these people. Mahama has just shown it. It is better that way than to try to stand in the way of change, because you will not succeed.
What is the responsibility of the loyal opposition? When you talk about Gachagua, now we have Erastus at the core nominated chairperson IEBC. What is the responsibility in ensuring that we don't get to that place where he's saying 2007 will be like a Christmas party? Because he's putting the blame on the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission.
It's not the commission. We don't have an IEBC. What is IEBC? IEBC has no role in the elections. Absolutely none.
You said that.
Yeah, somebody called me from America. We talked for 3 hours. I told him, my friend, I'm telling you the truth. IEBC has no, they have no, ignore IEBC. Just ignore it. Let the people of Kenya do the right thing, from the leaders to the voters. And IEBC has no role, absolutely no role.
And so what comes to mind when you listen to Gachagua speaking that way with regards to IEBC and the 2027 elections?
I think if you ask me what is likely to happen, the people of this country will run this election. And wait and see. See, I'm sitting here and telling you,
Yes.
this election will be one of the most peaceful elections. So, NCC, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
Wachana na Gachagua. Wacha aende nyumbani. This election will be the most peaceful election. Even nominations, which are always chaotic. Wacha Raila aende Nyanza ajaribu kutoa mtu bila wanafanyanga. At UDA, you rig Alfred Ketel. You try and see. The people will not allow you. They will just laugh at
nomination, party nomination.
Yes! Anybody who thinks they are going to buy party tickets, they are wasting their time. It will not happen in 2027. It's going to be the most peaceful election that truly reflects the will of the people of this country. From the grassroots to the president.
Where do you draw this confidence?
I know. I understand this country very well. These politicians must know this election will be run by their children, not them. Yes, this election will be run by Gen Zs. Peacefully. Peacefully. The most peaceful election.
With
you sell a party ticket in Nyanza because that's ODM zone. The young people take a young person and vote for him as an independent.
Without
wewe unabaki pale na hiyo ticket yako ya ODM.
Yes.
That's what will happen.
Without any
they will not even bring any trouble.
Without coordination from the opposition.
If opposition knows how to do the game, it will be them. But if they don't, the young people will do it on their own.
Without any coordination, without any leadership.
You wait and see. Ungoda ma MCA watakuwa vijana, mtashangaa. MCA 80-75% Gen Zs. Mtaona. Mnakwamia hiyo party ticket yenye ya UDA, wanaangalia, wanacheka. Wanachukua msichana mdogo 22 years, wanamwambia go there. Wanampatia.
Then it's a matter of wait and see, I guess.
And that will be produced.
Yes.
You wait until you see Gen Zs going for IDs. Na mtu awanyime uone kama atawanyima. Hata kama nikuleta machine nyingine mtaleta. Mtawapatia ID. Na watachukua kura.
Na watapiga kura.
Na watapiga kura.
Na watachunga.
This is a year of transition. Those politicians, Ruto, Raila, Kalonzo, Matiang'i, those who see that and understand that this is a transition period, they can be part of the transition.
Thanks for tuning into that conversation. Times are slowly changing. Bob Dylan sang. What do you think about this conversation? Leave this comment down below. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.